see that. In a battle, this won't happen. I'll only give them the command to load and fire. The first command is load. They take the weapon, hold it between them, their feet. Take notice, it's facing away from them. The stock of the rifle has a slant in it. They take advantage of it. As the guns fire, they get very, very hot. So when you dump black powder in there, there's a chance that it could cook off. If it does, it falls away from you. Safety. Put their hand on a cartridge box. Handle, cartridge. They reach in, take out one paper tube. Paper tube contains 65 grains of black powder and a mini ball. Bring it up to their teeth. Tear cartridge. This is very important. One of the only rules that you needed to pass a medical exam for the Army is to have two opposing teeth. One upper, one lower. Soldiers said it was to eat hardtack. Not really. It's to bite a cartridge. It's the only way they open it. So, the young guys, if you want to get out of the service and you don't want to serve in the Army, what you do is when the recruiter comes into town, you go back to the woodshed, grab a rock, axe, big stick, and you break your teeth out. And when you stand in front of the doctor and the recruiter, he says, let me see that smile. It will exempt you. Charge cartridge. They have to take that powder, dump it from the top all the way down the bottom of the barrel. They work the ball out with their thumb and their forefinger, place it on top. Draw, rammer. That ball is lubricated. It either has beeswax or beef tallow, animal fat. Ram cartridge. Very important that they get that ball all the way down and seated on the powder. If they do not, and fire the gun, it'll go off. Chances are, if there's a space in there, you can either blow the breech or the barrel apart. The next command that they get is the most important command. Return rammer. If they do not, and you fire that gun, both the ball and the ramrod go down range once. There is no other effective way to load this weapon. So you can see why that's very, very important. Next command is prime. They bring the weapon up, place it over their cap pouch. They pull the hammer back to the first cock position. It's called half cock. A lot of you people probably heard that term. Somebody probably even yelled that to you at some point in time when in an argument. Don't go off half cocked. That means just don't go into battle half cocked because the weapon won't fire. It's the safety of the gun. The last command I'm not going to give because it's aim and fire and because they're facing you. It's not a very good scenario. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have the first sergeant reposition the men in safe distance, and we're going to let you hear the guns go off.
Detail, shoulder, arch. Left wheel, to your right, march. One.
Now, this is called wheeling.
Forward.
It's just a way to move that unit in position. Looks pretty easy with 6 guys. Try it with 100 men or 1,000 men. How spread out it is. Oh, and then what you have to do is you have to dress the line to make them straight and perfect just like that.
Detail, move.
They're fighting what's called Napoleonic tactics. Elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder, front rank and rear rank. It's the most optimum way to get more lead downrange. It's all smoothbore tactics. They would march out, and the enemies would march out in a grand field like this to about 100 yards position, 75 yards, and they'd exchange lead back and forth 2-3 times. Commanders would look at the enemy. If I've weakened you enough, they charge with the bayonet, drive you off the field. Smoothbore weapon, 100 yards max. And the other thing is, you can't hit what you aim. Rifle musket, 350 yards. So as people start coming out of the woods, you can start taking hits. So you want to know what 350 yards looks like from here? See that round seated monument?